Sly Media, one only Mr. Sly Media right here. This right here is my review on Nickelodeon Quiet on the Set. So, if y'all seen late last night, I did a video on King Kong Godzilla movie. Make sure y'all check that out. That's my theory reaction on King Kong and the Godzilla movie. And I will be doing a review on King Kong and Godzilla movie as well. So y'all made that check it out in the next few days. But now I'm here to talk about the Nickelodeon Quiet on the Set. Wow, and this scandalous documentary right here, whew, a lot of stuff went on. Cause this was my generation of Nickelodeon. This right here was everything, I grew up watching. The Zoe one-on-ones, the iCarly, Victorious, Drake and Josh, the second generation version of all that with Amanda Bynes. All this was my generation. I grew up watching this stuff and all that. So with Sam and Cat with Ariana Grande, me and her around the same age. So this is really my generation of stuff. So to see everything with Dan Schneider at the head of all this, what was going on, is like, dang, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, whew, bear with me on this documentary because a lot of wild, crazy stuff, scandalous stuff going on in this documentary. So y'all make sure y'all check, y'all make sure y'all stay tuned and just listen to me when I talk about this and all. So the thing is with Dan Schneider, they pretty much make it seem like a very, very creepy dude. A lot of weird stuff he did that put in his dialogue on Nickelodeon and everything like that. With the whole thing, maybe he was too close to the kids, and even Jeanette McCurdy, who plays Sam on not on iCarly, she even made it let it be known, like, yeah, like a lot of stuff went bad with her and Ed Snyder. That's why she did not want to return to Hollywood. She didn't return to the iCarly reboot. She did not want to be a part of it because how bad Hollywood treated her and all that. She just stepped away from Hollywood after that. So that right there in itself, it just like, dang, you're just almost like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you make of that and all that and everything? So a lot of creepy stuff. See in the video, everybody's showing him in the hot tub with Amanda Bynes as a little girl. That seemed kind of weird, creepy. A lot of stuff. Even the way he treated women and bosses and everything like that with the women that were working on set. They paid both. The women were underpaid. They were paid for two for the price of one. Dan Snyder interviewed that. His interview that he talked about, which he answered all them questions, everything about for everything that happened on Quiet and Say. He said he wasn't responsible for the pay rate or why they got two for the price of one. The women while they were sharing how much they made and all on that. He said he had nothing to do with that. But other way, the way he treated people, the way he kind of was, pretty much just the a-hole boss on set, pretty much like very made a very much of a toxic work environment. That a lot of people didn't like working with him and all and everything. The way he made people feel on set and all. So that's definitely for sure a lot of stuff that went on that you're just like, oh man, like and all and everything. Even though like this dude was responsible for pretty much making Nickelodeon what it was, Teenage Nick and all that. But yeah, man, he did a lot of stuff that was just like, whoa, like dang. I mean, not he did a lot of stuff to people, the way he treated folks and some of the actors actually on set, the way the kids they just really felt uncomfortable on set. Like Alexia, the one that I forgot her name on Zoe 101, but Alexia, I was wondering why she didn't return. I think for the last season, she wasn't on there for the last season. I wonder why. And she was saying too as well, she felt very uncomfortable on set with him. That's exactly why she didn't return to the Zoe 101 for that last season and all that and everything. Because she spoke out on the interview, on the documentary on Quite on Set, speak about stuff about this one thing when her and Jamie Lynn Spears character Zoe, they were playing with some kind of Nerf gun or something like that, something that spit out in front of them, everything like that. And she said she overheard somebody saying Dan or not Dan laughing and somebody saying, "Oh, it's a cum shot." And it's like, whoa. Of course, we all know what that means and all that, but when you look at it now as as an adult, you like some of the stuff and all, you're like, whoa, that right there is like, whoa, for a kid's show, that's a little bit too kind of weird and all everything like that for a young teenage show, a little too inappropriate and everything, and all. So, dang, and all. So when she heard that, I mean, they didn't say the cum shot on the actual TV show, but she overheard somebody saying that they filmed that scene and guys were laughing actually saying that. So it just made her comfortable on set with Dan and everything like that. How he let some of that stuff. A lot of people were saying, but it was when you look at I can't name all the jokes, but if you watch the show and look at some of the jokes and some of the stuff they did, you're kind of like, oh, that is a little bit kind of weird. Like with Ariana Grande in water while she's grabbing the potato and all that, and with water coming down on her as a young girl, that is very much weird. As 15, 14 years old, that's weird. So it's a lot of stuff, on set. But I know people have 50-50 with Dan because Drake, I'm talking about him sooner later on in this video. But Drake has even said Dan is the only one that stuck up for him and all that, and a couple other actors. I think Kyle Macy's brother, Christopher Macy, who played on Zoe 101 as well, his mom stuck up for Dan. So a couple people have stuck up for Dan and all that, because he's not, compared to what I'm going to tell y'all now, he ain't terrible as these other two folks. Not to say he's no saint, Dan Schneider, either for what he did, but these other two folks I'm going to tell you about, they definitely did some stuff, some real creepy stuff that you like, whoa, and all that. But Dan just, he just made a toxic and a bad work environment for a lot of the kids on set and everything. So that's why a lot of them, of course, left. Why Jeanette McCurdy didn't want to be part of Hollywood no more. Why she just left Zoe 101 and left Hollywood. Period. After that. So now I'm finna talk about these pedophiles, rapists that was on the Nickelodeon staff and everything like that. First, I'm gonna talk about this dude named Jason Handy. This sick dude right here. The way you look at his picture, you would think, and the way they talked about, like, oh, he's like he was some Christian good guy, was praying on set for them, with them and everything like that. It's like a quiet, innocent person on set and everything and all. Man, this dude built a relationship with this lady and her daughter and everything. They were cool with each other and all everything on set. Like he used to talk to the lady, talk to her daughter. It was very cool, very cordial with each other. And he started emailing her daughter. He was emailing her daughter, telling her she was doing a good job and all this and that and everything like that. Then one time they have a conversation on the email, and he sends just bear with me, y'all, on this one. He sends an email picture of himself naked masturbating, telling the little girl, "I'm thinking about you." Just, oh man, just like whoa, like just sick. Just, you know what I'm saying, just sick. Like that right there, I'm like, dang. And of course, he got charges pressed on him, but I think he only did prison for like 2 or 3 years or something like that. That was it, and all. And he, you know what I'm saying, that was it and all. But it's just like they found stuff, child pornography. He just was out with it, let it be known, I am a pedophile, I'm a rapist. He let it be known in his email. He liked little girls. That's what he likes to do. He likes messing with little girls and all that. It just, man, it just, oh man, sick. Just very, very, just straight up, just sick. Like I just, man. And all. I was just like, man, and everything. And of course, the girl, like, the lady, she felt so ashamed and all that because she felt like, dang, she felt like she was a bad mother for letting her child even, talk to a grown man and everything like that. She felt like she was a bad mother and all that. But, you know what I'm saying, just like that money and that wanting to be famous, like, she wanted the fame so much, wanted her daughter to be famous, that she was just like, oh, she was just cool with it and all that, everything and all that. And she didn't want everybody to make herself like a bad mother. That's why she didn't want it out in the public like that. But yeah, that right there was just straight, just sick. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that right there with him, that was some sick stuff right there with that dude and all. But yes, like the lady just had to, deal with the lady that dealt with that and everything like that. That girl probably scarred for life to this day because of that. Like that's some sick stuff, man. That is sick right there and all. Now we're gonna talk about Drake. Drake and his situation. Drake, he was like the big dog in Nickelodeon. Like he was, that dude in Nickelodeon. Everybody knows about Drake. He voiced the Spider-Man cartoon. He was in the Jimmy Neutron, the live action version of not Jimmy Neutron, tripping. I always get them confused. Jimmy and I forgot what's the name from Fairly Odd Parents. I forgot about him. He played the live action version of the kid from Fairly Odd Parents. So it's like all of them, so and everything. So between both, so he was like Drake was like the guy. He was like the guy in Nickelodeon and everything like that. And to find out what he went through and all that, it's just like whoa. To find out what he went through, because like I said, help me out with the name of the character. It's not Jimmy Neutron. I always get Jimmy Neutron and the other guy, the other kid that played on Fairly Odd Parents. I always get them confused with each other. But he did a live action version. But he was like the Nickelodeon darling. He was the face of Nickelodeon. He was that guy. He was that dude and all that Nickelodeon. So I'm here to talk about him, about what we went through with this dude named Brian Peck, what he went through with him. So Drake started out here acting, him and his dad, they finally got him on. He was on the Amanda Bynes show. That's where he first started off at, and on all that, and on the second generation, all that. Then he got his own show with Drake and Josh, which is still a classic hit to this day. Everybody loves that show and all that. That's just a cult teen classic. Everybody loves Drake and Josh. No matter what age you are, everybody loves it. So he met this dude named Brian Peck who put him on, was a producer on Nickelodeon show and all that. And his dad had a bad feeling about dude. Like, dude was just different. Then even show he started off as a producer on Growing Pains. And he even see this video, the people, they even show of him touching on, kind of feeling on Leonardo DiCaprio when Leonardo DiCaprio was a little kid and everything like that. That's why he said he just felt something weird about doing all that. Even though they said, oh, he's gay, that's just what he is, touch and feel that guy. But still, the dude gay, which I have no problem with gay people, nothing against gay folks or anything like that. But you know what I'm saying? Even if he's gay, like, you still don't want him that close to a little boy like that. That's still kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? You don't want him like that. So I'm just looking like, okay, so and all, but his dad always had a bad feeling about him and all that. And this dude was Brian Pitt was just a finesse type rapist and all that. He made a point that he got the dad out of the picture and all that when Drake mom and his dad split. He got him out the picture and everything like that, just so he made sure he get close to that little boy, to get close to Drake and all that. And one thing the dad said was him when his mom, when Drake mom and him split, when Drake, mom and dad split, one thing that dad said to Drake's mom is like, don't leave him alone with Brian Peck and all that. But the mother did it because she wanted so much, that fame, that, all that and everything. She let him like hang out with Brian, spend the night at Brian's house, start hanging out with Brian and everything like that. Just so, because the mom was like, she didn't care. She wanted the money, they wanted the fame for her son. So she didn't care and all that. And Drake said that one time he spent the night over the house. Literally, just another sick moment. Another just straight up, another sick moment. Like, he said he caught, like, him pretty much, he have his pretty much pulled his pants down and all that, and was just man. Drake said it happened to him and all that. So he said it would continue. The abuse would just continue to happen all the time. It would continue to happen with Drake. It would just continue happening so much with Drake that it was just like to the point it was like, dang, like, oh man, like but Drake didn't want to say anything. He felt like if he said something, nobody believe him, and it's looking like if he said something, he felt like, oh, I'll just be working a regular day job. Then I won't be in Hollywood no more. I won't be able to do all this and making money. I'm literally, like he said, unquote, I'll be just cleaning out surfboard or something like that if I don't, make in this industry and all that. So if I say something, he felt scared to say something because he felt like he wouldn't have a job anymore because it's about that power. That's one thing about Hollywood, and just see how it is. The people, they felt they had that power, so it's like you say something like, yeah, I'm back working a regular job, like cleaning out my surfboard. So he didn't want to deal with that. He did not want to deal with that. So I'm just like, dang, and all that. So he would have to take it and deal with the abuse. It wasn't until his girlfriend's mom found out, because one time Brian just kept on calling the phone, blowing his phone up, calling him and everything like that. Talking about, oh, we're supposed to go to Disney World and all that, because he really just ended up staying over his girlfriend's house. He wasn't, over there no more. He ended up staying over there with him and all that. And he said when the dude Brian started calling the girlfriend's house phone and all that, that's when the girlfriend's mom was like, hey, Drake, what's going on and everything. And that's when they was telling, and that's when she was telling him like, oh, no 40-year-old man should be calling my my daughter's boyfriend like that. The 40-year-old man should be calling my daughter's boyfriend's phone like that and everything. So that's when he talked with them and found out about it. And that's when his mom had found out everything that was going on. And the dad felt so comfortable at first because the dad thought like, oh, okay, so they finally got him. They caught him doing something and everything like that. The dad didn't find out till years later that it was his son, Drake, the one that got caught up, the one he sexually abused. And he just felt so bad and cried and just felt hurt. And you felt for the father because he said, I knew something bad about that dude. I knew that dude was a creep. That's why I said to not leave him alone with that dude, Brian, and all that. And to add it all off, even when Brian got convicted, he got guilty. Drake was even saying this, like, it did not go the way he thought it would, because he found out Brian only ended up doing, I think, like 6 months or so in prison and all that and everything. 6 months. He didn't have to even do no time. And he was getting all this Hollywood support from people now. Let me remind you now, of course, a couple of names they said, they talked about Will Ferrell, who's played Eric from Boy Meets World. James Marsden, who plays, of course, Cyclops in the X-Men, the original X-Men movie. And everybody we all know is Donut Lord from the Sonic movies as well. He was all the people were in support of Brian Pitt. But they remind you now, some of them may didn't know the full details of the extent of what happened or what it was and everything. Maybe that's why he got so much support. But Drake was just shocked to see all the support Brian was getting. Everything like that. And that messed him up. It's like, wow. And the dude didn't have to do no time or anything like that. Or nothing. Even when he gets out, he ends up with Disney, of all people. And it's on one of the big hit shows on Disney at the current time. The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Like, oh. I was like, dang. I was like, wow. Now, even though I heard shortly after he was fired from that, because of that, out of, off the set of, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody after that when they found out about it and all that. But man, it's just like, wow. So that also, missed Drake, even though he was still, doing his thing with Drake and Josh, because I know when the TV show Drake and Josh was going on, that was after the abuse and everything with Brian Peck was gone and everything. Because Brian Peck even tried to get on and play the dad on Drake and Josh. And it's just like, no, and all that and everything. It just, the dude you can tell was weird, even on the thing with the pickles thing he would do on the skit on Nickelodeon's, all that. You knew just dude was just, weird kind of dude and all that and everything. But but didn't even do no real time for it or anything like that for everything he did. Just like, wow, that's just crazy and all. So it just, man, it's just like I said, the whole thing is messed up. Showed you how sick and how Hollywood is and what goes on behind closed doors. And Drake said he just so messed up mentally off of it. And I know Drake had a situation when he was texting a minor or something like that, but that could have been anything. I feel like I think he didn't know the girl was underage or something like that when he was talking to her and found out her age and everything like that. Then it stopped and all that. But that's, of course, like I said, he didn't do nothing with the same thing what Brian Pitt did. That was with him was just straight abuse. And he even said, like, imagine how hard somebody sexually assaulted you. And then, yeah, you think about that. And just, man, just had to be traumatized for him. But it just showed you what goes on behind closed doors and what goes on Nickelodeon set and all that. So I know Dan Snyder, he ain't nothing either. He trashed too and off what he did. He ain't nothing either. But what the Jason Handy guy and Brian Peck did, that's just sick. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just straight up just sick. But it showed you what goes behind closed doors. Then, of course, what happened, Amanda Bynes, her situation, everything, having her to see how she's just well out there, just gone now mentally, everything went on with her. I feel like something, they didn't really say what specifically happened to her, but I feel like something went on with her behind the scenes and everything like that to make her why she's the way she is now and all that. And she was literally like the internet's darling. Like, she was literally like what Raven Simone was to Disney. Or Hannah Montana, I would say that. What Hannah Montana was to Disney, that's what Amanda Bynes was to Nickelodeon. So it just like, dang, to see her just out there the deep end, it just like, wow. Dang, it just, just see like that's what kind of stuff went on Nickelodeon set. So, hooey, that's crazy on the quiet on the set on the Nickelodeon documentary and all. So, man, and it just looks at you. It's crazy because it's my childhood. Because I'm like, dang, I literally grew up on all those shows and everything like that. To see that was going on around my time of watching Nickelodeon and just crazy and messed up. I know even Kenan Thompson did an interview when he was saying that was after he had left and everything like that. Because of course, like Kenan Thompson way much older than me. So yeah, of course, I know it was after he left and all that. Because like I said, I was like a little baby, a little kid when all that and all that stuff came out. So I didn't really, of course, see all that and grow up necessarily on watching all that. I mostly saw the reruns of the Kenan and Kel show and all that and everything. But the Drake and Joshes, the Zoe one-on-ones, iCarly, Sam and Cat, Victoria Justice, that was all my generation. That was all my shows I watched and I looked at. So it's just like, dang, you know what was going on in my generation. That type of stuff. It just messed up and all and everything. Whew. Like I always say, man, this is Slime Media. If you like the content, please don't hesitate to hit like the subscribe button. Y'all have a good day. Be safe wherever you at. If you want to stay tuned, I'm finna do another video where I gotta talk about Diddy. Everybody's talking about Diddy. I wouldn't be right on my platform if I didn't talk about Diddy and speak about him. So I would definitely talk about Diddy next on this channel. So y'all stay tuned for that on Slime Media where I talk about Diddy. But if y'all want to be out this, I understand. Hey, y'all be blessed, be safe. It's Slime Media. I'm out.